A live look at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Wisconsin Badgers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
I caught up with the Wisconsin head coach pregame. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Guys?
Holly, thank you. And he takes this from inside the 5. They tried to get the wall set up for him. Not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now here's Reed. Buys time to his left. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Out wide right, it's Warren. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And I think one of the secret sauces from a year ago for A&M was Craver and Concepcion. They were the best 1-2 punch in college football as far as playmaking receivers. Guys that could catch it short and take it long. Now you bring in Horton, who comes over from Alabama. This receiving core now, can they continue to grow? Can the passing game get better, Palmer, and take that next step?
Well, the good news is you still got Marcel Reed throwing the football, right? A guy with tons of experience and a guy who's made a lot of big plays throughout his career. So you bring in Horton, who comes over for Alabama, big physical guy who can make plays down the field. Craver can take a hitch route, 80 yards, and score. Still a really good 1-2 punch in this Aggies offense, especially the passing attack. Still going to be tough to stop.
They don't need a bunch on second down. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Reed to the air again. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Well, you're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got a lot of confidence in their skilled players throwing the ball. And right now, that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make my subs? Do I go dime? Do I go nickel, right? Like, they're definitely pass happy. But the first thing I have to do is get a pass rush and make this quarterback feel uncomfortable.
Here's Reed to throw. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. Unloads to the right. It's caught. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Right side, it's Owens. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
From the gun on 3rd down, Reed. Incomplete pass, but it'll be a productive play for the offense. This flag's going to go against the D. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. Free yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Snap it to the back. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Joseph. Here comes the heat. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Fires to the tight end. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end.
He's loose, and he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Badgers will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the ball.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Breaks into the open. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they turn it into a defensive score. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throwing Joseph. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Fresh set of downs going up top. It's dropped after taking the hit.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Still running at the 40. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Badgers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. From the gun, the ground game. Tackled after a short gain, it'll be 2nd and 9.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
This defense is a very well-coached unit, and they're very, very active, and they're very aware of what's going on. Everybody on defense there knew where the quarterback wanted to go with it. Everyone trying to get their hands in the air to swat it down.
Joseph from the gun on 3rd down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage called, and they get the INT.
Sees a crease. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They give it back to him. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. 3rd down coming. On the move. Enough to move the chains. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
In the gun, third down, Reed. He's going to let this one go deep. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And the QB going with a little bit of touch, trying to feather that thing up in the air and give his receiver a chance to go up high and try to get over top of the defender. Nice job by the defense, seeing the football, breaking on it, and getting the ball on the ground.
And the Aggies will go for it on fourth down. Reed to throw for it on fourth. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Got it down the field. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a first down with a penalty. They'll take the penalty and move them back. And the defense is just about out of room to defend. They are backed up right on the doorstep. They'll run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Badgers start this drive as the offense looks ready to roll. The Badgers want to talk things over, and they use their second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Sends it back in motion. Joseph. Out wide right, it's Coleman.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Escapes the pressure to his right. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throwing Joseph. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Makes the grab.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Plows his way ahead. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Left side, it's Rigby. Touchdown, Badgers! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Reed. Out wide left, it's Owens. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
That play was designed to go to the running back. They were hoping they were going to get man coverage. And one-on-one, that back is going to win that matchup every single time.
Sets his feet, it's Reed. Right side, it's Warren. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Fresh center downs going to the air. Throws to the back. Snags it. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down, first down, first down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. Reels it in. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The Badgers now use their 3rd timeout, and they can't stop the clock again. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Line getting set on 2nd down. Throwing Reed. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. He wants to go deep. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Reed. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. So that'll cost them a down, 2nd and long after the illegal forward pass. Drops back, it's Reed. They're all over him. He gets away. Moving past the 25. They get him down at the 36, it will be a first down. Texas A&M will use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Here's Reed to throw. Left side is Owens. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide right, it's Warren. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
This offense is putting on an absolute clinic, and defenses that have to watch this film are not going to like what they see. They've already got a big lead early in the game. 3 plays, 3 first downs on this drive. There's nothing you can say outside of this quarterback just being a student of this offense. He prepares so well leading up to game time. He's putting it all on display.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. Our first stop is with Kansas State taking on the number 24 team, the Houston Cougars. And it's Kansas State with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team.
At the 40, there he goes! Flying down the left side.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Joseph. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Really don't like that play call for two reasons. Number one, if you're down inside the 3-yard line, just run the football. Trust your guys up front to be able to get it done. But two, if you are going to throw it, it's got to be a bang-bang play. You've got to have slants or quick outs or a back shoulder fade. Anything long developing, it just forces the quarterback to have to hold on to the football. And because of...
To the end zone and it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. So after that turnover, they can add to this already sizable lead with their first drive of this second half. Looking to pass, it's Reed. Unloads in the nick of time.
Every quarterback in football at every level will see ghosts. If you hit him, if you make him uncomfortable, and he knows you're coming time after time again, good things don't happen usually at the quarterback spot.
Just going to keep it after the snap. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15.
And it's not sexy and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Rush is on. He's got it. At the 45 on his way. There he goes to the right. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Aggies. And the pummeling has started. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close it in style with a 72-yard pass to the house. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Reed, look out. And he never had a chance.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Reed. Right side, it's Warren. To the house. Touchdown, Aggies! They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes Wisconsin's offense to get this drive underway. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Out wide right, it's Coleman. At midfield, he's got room. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Throwing Joseph. A shot toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Sets his feet. It's Reed. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Reed. Out wide left, it's Bussey. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Wants to pass. Left side, it's Johnson. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Reed, under pressure. Buried before he could blink.
And this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This second half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On third down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin them deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Final play of the quarter coming. Joseph. They'll run the screen. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this third quarter in style. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. Fires to the wideout. And he's thrown another interception. And they'll get him down after a solid return. And they'll take over first and 10. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Wisconsin stops the clock, uses its first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense.
139 Albatross. 130 Bender.
Here's Reed to throw. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Aggies. A great catch and run for 6. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Coming out with it, it's Kearney. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Throwing Joseph. Rolls right. The throw. At the 35, he's got room. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The Badgers want to pick up the tempo.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Joseph. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Changing the routes with his receivers. 4th down, Joseph. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost